But it's only just begun.
Oh yes. Oh, this beautiful Sunday morning is gorgeous. You know, I woke up today, I was like, you know what, let me turn this fight on again. Let me watch this, right? Let me salivate in this victory. Okay, that I sat there and, you know, shout out to brothers Dream Chaser Boxing, shout out to JT the God. I hadn't caught his video where he also predicted that Ward would win by stoppage. Listen, I've been very, very consistent on my channel, and I've always sat there and I kept it 100, and I'm going to continue to do so. Andre Ward is something special. I said it before the first fight, and people thought I was insane. And when I said that Ward would hurt him and stop him, people said, you got to be out your mind. Ward doesn't hurt anybody. Ward can't hurt anybody. He has no punching power. Ward is the type of fighter. Okay, let me break this down for you so you guys can understand. Ward's skill set is so elite that he fights different styles for different fighters. That's how you know he's gonna go down as an all-time great. And you guys don't have to agree with me right now. You guys don't have to see it the way I see it. But Ward has the boxing IQ and the skill set that he fights to whomever his opponent is. He can change and switch his style. That's why you can't deny this guy. Okay? People think I'm crazy. People thought I was crazy when I said he's gonna beat Kovalev and then he's gonna beat Adonis Stevenson. People think, you guys want to come at me with that? Who wants to challenge me on this? Step up to the chat in the comment section. Let me know. If you think Andre Ward can't beat Adonis Stevenson, you are a damn fool. A guy with one hand, a guy who's very inactive. Okay, I'll just give it to you this way. We're going to have to subject to the triangle theory, but I'm just going to give you this. Based on how Stevenson looked versus Fonfara in the first fight and in the second fight, do you think Andre Ward will struggle with Fonfara? Now, Fonfara is my nigga. I've sat there several times, done videos, and I sat there and I've said how Fonfara is a very skilled fighter. I like him. He's tough. He's rugged. But do you think Andre Ward would struggle, or even it would take him that long to figure out a fighter like Fonfara? Nope. I'll say it again. Nope. Andre Ward is on another level, okay? When he won the Super 6 tournament, why did he win the Super 6 tournament and the others failed? Because the others were limited, but they could only fight in one way. They could only make one or two adjustments, whereas to Ward, he can make 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. He can make limitless adjustments. To whoever he's fighting, he switches that style. And that's what makes him a great. See, you ain't always got to knock dudes out to be all-time greats. You ain't got to knock dudes out to be menacing or terrifying. But let me tell you something. You want to know the fight that really showed, right, and where I knew Ward had arrived? It wasn't the Chad Dawson fight. It was the Carl Froch fight. You guys remember that? Or how quickly do you forget? Carl Froch was a skilled fighter, okay? He was an awkward fighter, but he was a skilled fighter. And he took Carl Froch to school, all right? And it's really, it's elementary to me that you guys don't see this. Carl Froch prepared for the Ward that he saw fight Arthur Abraham. He prepared for the Ward that fought, the other guys in the Super 6. He was preparing for the Durrells. He was he was preparing for a guy who fought Darnell Boone. He wasn't preparing for different changes, looks, for the jab. And I'm not trying to get into Carl Froch here, but I'm just trying to get people to understand and see where I'm coming from here. When I sit there and I tell you, I may not always get every prediction right, but I know what I see when I see a fighter, and I know that I saw in Andre Ward in the Super 6 something very, very special. And I also need people to understand, there were talks before he fought Chad Dawson, all right? And people don't get this, all right? I'm going to apply this, and maybe moving forward, some people will do their homework before they start talking. There were rumors about Andre Ward's grit and toughness in the ring for years, and how physically strong Andre Ward is. I keep trying to tell people think I'm joking when I say that. Andre Ward is probably one of the most physically strong. Okay, we're not saying punchers, but we're saying physically strong. He has the endurance and the mental makeup to outlast anybody. And there have been rumors about this dude in sparring for years. Sergey Kovalev had nothing but this mystique and aura that he could punch. And when I said to people, I said, Sergey Kovalev is limited and that he's a one-trick pony, people thought I was fucking crazy. People thought I didn't know what the fuck I was talking about. And what did I tell you? You cannot, if Ward wasn't a masterclass boxer, maybe this would be different. Maybe Kovalev could do the same shit that he does when he fights the Pascals. Okay? Maybe he could do that against a fighter like Andre Ward. No. He does the same thing over and over and over and over and over and over and over again. And when you do that, a master chess player is going to know exactly what's coming at all times. All right? This is why you guys didn't understand Floyd Mayweather. You truly didn't get it. Floyd Mayweather was a master chess player. He could adjust to all styles. Some fights he'd fight off the jab. Some fights it was a straight right hand. Some fights it was a straight to the body. Some fights he would give you different looks with the changing with his hands, where he fought you with a high guard, where he fought you with his hands down, where he gave you different looks. And each round he could do that because that's versatility. That's why I've said Terrence Crawford is going to be an all-time great. I know that's a lot of pressure I'm putting on the young man, but I see it. All right? And I'm going to be honest with you. Terrence Crawford in the future, and I know this video ain't about him, but Terrence Crawford versus Errol Spence in the future, that's going to be one hell of a fight. And I'm going to tell you right now, based on right now, these two young men, if they perfect their craft, that's going to be one harder fight for me to be able to call. Because they're both very strong-willed and tough, gritty guys. But back to what I'm talking about when it comes to Ward and Kovalev. Back to when I'm telling you and I told you guys how Kovalev was one-dimensional. He's one-dimensional. People, oh no, he can jab, he can fight counterpunching. No, he fights counterpunch. He can counterpunch against a guy who doesn't have defense. He can counterpunch against a guy who's slow. He can counterpunch against a guy who doesn't know how to gauge distance. He did the same thing over and over and over again. I kept telling people, I kept sitting there saying that Kovalev is not on the level of Andre Ward. And people think that I'm crazy. I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. All right? So let's stop this. Listen, Andre Ward would have molested Triple G. Molested him. All right? And that would be... that's an understatement as to what would have happened if they had met in the ring. So let's cut all that Gennady Golovkin shit out. Now, what I think I need from Andre Ward now is to get the fuck away from HBO. Because HBO is nothing but a bunch of hypocrites who are going to try to do to him what they are doing to Rigo. Oh yeah, and that's another thing. I'm gonna answer one of the people in my comment section to the video I did about Regal getting robbed, and I said that their HBO is trying to protect Lomachenko. Oh, I'm gonna explain to you exactly what the hell I was talking about, because I think you need to be brought to school and you need a decent education when it comes to boxing politics. So, congrats to Andre Ward, man. I'm not gonna make this any longer. Congrats to Andre Ward. Congrats to shout out to Virgil Hunter, man. Virgil was schooling y'all, man. He put y'all on game and y'all didn't even listen. Motherfucker said the dude runs out of gas after the 5th round. He said that's from him hitting the vodka bottle, bruh. He told you motherfuckers that the dude is mentally weak. Alright? John David Jackson, look what Coonan gets you, bruh. Look at you. Look at you. Pick your bottom lip off the floor, son. Pick your bottom lip off the floor. You know what? And I'll be honest with you, and I know some people may agree with this, some people may not. Andre Ward, Virgil Hunter exposed not only Sergey Kovalev, but he exposed John David Jackson, and he exposed Kathy Duva. And for Kathy Duva to get on there in the post-fight and talk all that shit about how if you're not part of the press, then fuck you. That's straight disrespectful. Because at the end of the day, it's your fans that buy your tickets. It's your fans that come out and support your fighter. All right? Your fighter is a product and you're marketing that fighter. And who the hell gonna go to the store and buy the product when the guy who's running the store is talking shit to the customers? So that's why you ain't gonna be shit, Kathy Duva. That's why you ain't shit now. And you're setting women back in promoting, okay? You're setting women back in promoting. And for you to cheat Sergey Kovalev ain't get paid no bread for this fight. He's got to live and eat off the fucking pay-per-view buys, you stanky, skank-ass bitch. You know damn well you was a snake for that shit. So you can take your overly medicated and Donald Trump spewing bullshit somewhere fuck else. I don't never need to see Kathy Duva ever again. So with that, I think I done made this video long enough, and I need people to understand that where I'm coming from. Sergey Kovalev is going to beat a lot of other dudes, but he cannot beat elite. There's elite, okay, and then there's the other guys, okay. Remember that movie, The Other Guys, you had with Will Ferrell and what's Marky Mark? Yeah, Mark Wahlberg. The other guys, okay. That's who Sergey Kovalev can beat. He can't beat this guy. He can't beat this skilled fighter. All right? And all that racism he was spewing and all that racist rhetoric that he was projecting, finger pointing, talking all son of judges and all that bullshit, right? Caught up with your asses, and they caught up with you racist ass fans. It's your boy Quest X.